What's up, everybody? We are here for our Indy 500 qualifying predictions and a recap of what happened last week at the Sonsio Grand Prix. Ryan,
Yes.
it's the month of May.
It's the month of May. It was great to get to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. For a more calm event. Get some space, get to walk around a little
It's
bit.
still a very busy event, though.
Yes. I went last year, and off vibes alone, I feel like it was at least double from last year. That's probably wrong, but great. I
TV
sat there
numbers were down probably because all those people that were watching it on TV showed up to the race.
Were TV numbers down? I thought they were up.
No, they were down for that race. Up 20% for Barber, though, so that was good.
Yeah.
But we did have competition with NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Going head to head with those, and it was actually an important game this year.
So yeah, but it was fun. I guess let's start. Let's recap Sonsio Grand Prix. How about them RLLs? How about them RLLs?
Yeah, I mean, it was looking until they fucked up the strategy. It was looking like Graham Rahal was going to win that race.
I think they always were going to be in trouble having been on primaries at the end.
Yeah, whoever called that strategy, I just don't get
and
it.
They definitely held him out too long at the end. Once his tires fell off, they waited too long to make the switch.
Yeah,
but
the minute Pillow passed him, they should have boxed him.
Yeah,
because then if you think about it, the yellow comes out. Let's assume his pit crew doesn't fuck up because they did fuck up.
Yeah.
But let's assume they get the strategy right. They box him right after Pillow passes him, which I think he passed him like right before pit entry, so he could have just immediately peeled off and boxed. Would have stayed P2 most likely. Would have stayed net P2. Probably would have been like P6, P7, but would have been net P2 still. And then the yellow would have come out, and he would have had a chance to go again at Alex Pillow.
Yeah, but Alex Pillow, once he got in the front,
holy shit.
Dominating drive from Alex Pillow. Really felt like never a doubt once he got by Graham Rahal. I will say, never seen that many Graham Rahal fans. We were on the viewing mounds, turn one.
I don't know, dude. Mid-Ohio might have been close.
Yeah, but when he got by him, all the boys were rowdy. The boys and girls were rowdy on the viewing mounts. Everyone was so hyped. When he came out of the pit, still ahead of him, even though it closed up the gap a lot because of the mistake. The boys were the fellas.
Everyone was super happy seeing Graham holding off Alex Pillow.
Yeah. Overall,
I've never seen. I will say this: I've never seen that many people cheer for Graham Rahal.
Yes.
Usually they're depressed at Mid-Ohio because Indy GP is the only race that RLL knows how to produce a competent car for.
Yeah. So I mean, it was great. The vibes were great for Graham Rahal. Would have liked to see him get it done, but Alex Pillow is undeniable.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think RLL cost him a podium there.
Yes, 100%. But overall, just Alex Pillow seems unstoppable at the moment.
Now, the loudest crowd pop of the weekend came on the fourth and final stint when David Malukas probably had a hybrid issue. It was an overheating issue. It was a hybrid issue, probably. And stopped in the grass.
For the fellas.
The yellow came out.
The yellow. Did you rewatch the broadcast when the yellow flag came out? I was like, hold on! They were so hyped.
Will Buxton, surely it's not happening.
The booth was fired up, but the yellow finally came out. The man waving the flag had the job to do.
Aaron Likens had that yellow on standby.
I was sitting there and I'm like, surely we don't make it. I was like, I was so split. I was like, are we going to make it to the freaking Indy 500?
I was expecting there to be a yellow on lap 1, but they kept it clean.
Yeah,
I mean,
they did.
Clean. Connor Daly got spun. I think Marcus Ericsson got spun.
There was some bumping and
but they kept it going. They kept the cars going. No one got
times during that race where people went off and you thought, ooh, maybe this is it. But they were all able to either get off to a safe spot or run couple people, a lot of mechanical issues. I feel like at the Sonsio Grand Prix.
It was a
Real
bad
bad
day to
day.
be a Colton Herta fan.
Yeah, Colton Herta having some issues.
He had contact on the first lap, broke his wing, had to come and get that wing changed, put him a lap down for the entire race, basically. And
I mean, kind of feel bad for Kiffin Simpson. Brother didn't even leave the pit lane on the start.
yeah, and then also like as much as I hate him, you got to feel bad Newgarden too, having that hybrid issue on the formation lap and having to.
Was it hybrid? I heard it wasn't hybrid. I heard it was radio, that he couldn't have communication with his team.
Maybe that's what it was. I thought they said. I know they said hybrid issue at the track.
Yeah, I think he had an issue with his radio. He went back to the pits and he tried to get back to his spot, and that's why they had to abort the start and get him back because he obviously wants.
Which aborted starts do not count as yellows.
Yeah, so there was talk there, but yeah, we had 5 mechanical DNFs. Kiffin Simpson, Marcus Ericsson, Colton Herta, and Jacob Abel and David Malukas. All mechanical retirements. Jacob Abel and David Malukas coming after the third stop, or all in the third stop adjacent, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, David Malukas was the yellow, so.
Yeah, and Colton was after the third, well, his fourth stop, but the third planned stop.
Third planned stop, say fourth. Well, yeah, but good race.
Average speed from Colton Herta. Look at that. 2 miles an hour down on the whole field.
Yeah, jeez.
And there's no way that first lap caused it to dip that much. No. And then what's really surprising is Callum Ilott there, 106 average speed.
Yeah.
That Prema is not looking good, and Indy 500 practice is not looking much better. Shout out Robert Schwartzman, 18th.
They had a decent. He's pretty high up on the. Oh yeah, I'm talking about Indy 500 practice. He was pretty good on the last.
No, I'm talking about Sonsio Grand Prix. Yeah, Schwartzy was 18.
Quite good race from him. Just kept his head down, stayed in it. Love Christian Rasmussen.
Devlin DiFrancesco dropped like a rock.
Yeah. Ferrucci dropped like a rock, but didn't he have some issues? Well, I mean, he blew up his engine in practice, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, he might have had some other issues. He had 4 stops. He had an issue.
Sneaky podium from Pato O'Ward getting second. Coming from 8th. Good drive from him. Good to see them hopefully get their feet back on him.
Scott Dixon, another dominant drive, too, from 16th up to 5th.
Scott Dixon just driving his way through the field. But, I mean, I think the conversation shifts to just who can stop Pullo. Because I want this to be said. I think we've said this before. Don't hate Pullo. Pullo's doing his job perfectly.
Yeah.
No one else is. There's other Chip Ganassis. There's a whole other team that has a technical alliance with Chip Ganassi, Meyer Shank Racing. No one is performing to the level that he is, and that DHL number 10 is.
Yeah. Check out the off-track episode from, what's today, May 15th. Rossi talks about this. He was talking with Felix Rosenquist because they can see the exact comparative data with Chip Ganassi. So he was asking Felix about the comp times and comparison speeds. And like usually it looks like a heartbeat monitor. Basically, you have a teammate gaining a 10th here, then the teammate coming back a 10th, and it just kind of goes up and down. Evidently, it's just a diagonal line with Alex Palou.
Yeah.
Just doesn't know. And Felix is not a slow driver. He is a quick driver over a lap.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where he can get that speed.
Yeah, he's driving at I think Connor Daly said that he braked as physically late as he thought he could, and he just drove around him like he was just standing still. And I mean,
he just braked even deeper.
Is one with the car, and if he starts winning on ovals, boy oh boy,
yeah,
boy. And he looks fast in Indy 500 testing.
Yeah, Indy 500 I'm going to take with a grain of salt though. For oval performance. I'll be really curious when we get to, I guess, Gateway will be the first oval. That sounds right.
Sure. That's
June 15th. Yeah.
Sounds right.
But yeah, also shout out primetime race now.
Yeah.
We have a primetime night race for IndyCar finally.
Yeah, some schedule
And I
changes.
swear to fucking God, IndyCar fans, we've been asking for this for I don't know how many years. If you don't watch this fucking race, I will personally come to your house and turn on your TV.
Allegedly turn
I
on
will
his TV.
break into your house and turn on every TV
I'm walking
to
around
Fox.
Universal remotes. I'm going to bars. I'm walking around Universal remotes. Get the race on. Yes,
Fox gave us what we've been asking for. They gave us an 8 p.m. primetime oval race. We better watch it because otherwise, if we don't watch it, we're not getting another one. Now, if we come out in droves and we get NASCAR numbers, they might move more races to primetime.
They did suggest some other times to changes on what channel it's on, FS1 and such.
They changed stuff to FS1?
Pretty sure there's going to be.
Should all be on Fox.
I thought I saw. Was I looking at Indy NXT possibly?
You might have been.
Might have been looking at NXT.
Because IndyCar is supposed to all be Fox this year.
Okay.
That was the whole reason why that network deal happened.
That's been NXT.
Mid-Ohio, notably for us, is getting moved back an hour. I'm happy about that. Maybe it'll get us a little bit less in the blazing Mid-Ohio sun. But we will be general admission this year, so that'll help, actually, I think. Those grandstands suck at Mid-Ohio.
We can find some shade at China Beach or Thunder Valley.
Yeah. Maybe Thunder Valley. We'll see. We'll scout stuff out during practice.
Let's go over our predictions from the Sonsio Grand Prix. I will say this is the last time I have to say this. Yippee! We have switched to points per series instead of points per overall. Just we've switched.
And currently counting our points from this week, Ryan is in the lead for IndyCar.
18.5 to 15. Thank God. As I've said before, if you like me, don't watch the NASCAR episode. I'm not.
If you like me, watch the NASCAR episode. I know ball.
Yeah, hopefully.
I did go for very bold predictions this week, so that championship might be closing up a little bit.
We'll see how it goes. But it's 18.5 to 15, including this week's results. So let's go into it. What predictions did you have that hit? Because I want to roll right into quali here and start talking who's bumped. I got some spicy takes here. I personally,
my hit the Apex hit.
I got Alex Blow winning. I had that. Who's your hit the Apex?
I had Connor Daly hitting the Apex. Dude went from. Hold on, I just had it up.
Were you including NXT? Is that the only one that hit?
No, I had another one hit. But dude went from 22nd to 27. Well, I guess 26th because of Kiffin Simpson. All the way up to 15th.
Hell of a drive.
Great drive from Connor Daly there. Especially they weren't on the most optimal strategy. And if you listen to Rossi, they were on a bad strategy because they had great balance on Friday, great balance on Saturday, and just lost all the balance on Sunday. So they were just on a work trying to catch up. He had no balance on. They took 6 turns of front wing out of his car, which normally you'll add front wing over a race.
Yeah.
But that's how bad the car was. And then I also had the winner of Indy Next Race 2, Dennis Hauger.
I'm so mad I got it flipped. I had Lockie Hughes winning race 2, Dennis Hauger winning race 1.
Great drive from Lockie Hughes in race 1, though.
Yeah, for sure. I had Alex Blow winning the IndyCar race. That's 1.5 points. And I had Cal Collette hit the Apex on the first race, and he had himself a good race. So
still 3.5 points for you.
2.5?
2.5, sorry.
We do math here.
2.5 to my 2.
Should have watched IndyCar practice. Got some math lessons, all right? Should have got some math lessons.
But let's move on to our qualifying predictions. This is one of my favorite weekends of the year. I will be up at IMS on Saturday and Sunday. Ryan will be joining me on Sunday. I'll be bringing you guys content that weekend. Just kind of talking storylines after qualifying each day and what to look out for as we close out the month of May.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm personally thrilled.
Ryan, Firestone Fast 6.
All right.
Who you got? We'll do this one by one. We'll trade off. This is in no
I
particular order. We have a pole position later on.
yeah, so it's just who's making it to the Fast Six. I got Joseph Newgarden.
I got Scotty Mack.
Good pick, good pick. My next one is Scotty Mack.
And my next one is Joseph Newgarden.
I have a feeling these could be pretty similar. There are some dominant cars.
Those are the free spaces. I do have 2, maybe 3 dark horses.
I have 1 dark horse, maybe 2, depending on who you think I am. But my next pick is Kyle Kirkwood.
Okay, does well on the ovals. I see that.
Yep.
I've got Alex Palou.
Yeah, that's mine. That's my 4th, Alex Palou.
The ECRs have looked pretty decent. I've got Alexander Rossi as my number 4.
It's not my 5th, but I'll say it now. I also have Rossi in my Fast Six. We think alike here. We do.
Then I've got Takuma Sato.
Ooh,
I think they'll get that car rebuilt well enough to get him back up there.
I like that pick. And with I guess this would be my 6th and final, Will Power.
Willie P. Got another little bit of a dark horse, but depends on who you ask. I think he's going to go higher. He's going to accept the Fast Six with arms wide open. I got Felix Rosenquist.
I love it.
Rounding out my top 6.
If you haven't seen the content that they've been putting out about it, first of all, I think it was a livery reveal video where he's jamming out
in the garage, and you've got the yellow shirt opening it.
It's so beautiful. He's drumming on guitar. It's beautiful. I have all the content. The little speaker they have that goes in the
that goes on the gas fill. I love it.
Everything to do is beautiful. I wish I couldn't put him on there because I went pretty basic bitch top 6, but yeah, Fast Six. But
Chip Ganassi partnership might help them out a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully it does. You would think so.
I think Kirkwood's a little bit of a dark horse for you. Andretti's usually not great over 1 lap here.
Yeah, I just have a good feeling about him.
I mean, he's P2 in the championship. It's closer for Connor Daly to get to 2nd in the championship than for 2nd to get to Alex Palou.
It's seeming more and more realistic that we actually might see the championship settled in Mid-Ohio.
Yep.
This
is a season we've all been hyping up. All the F1 fans coming over. We're like, dude, we actually have title fights.
Oopsies.
Sorry, guys. We had one last year.
It's still good. It's still good. Who you got getting pole, Patrick? Who's gonna lead the field?
Dude's fast over 4 laps at Indy. I've got Scotty Mack.
I like it. I knew you were gonna do this, and I wanted to be different.
Yep.
It hurts me to my soul what I'm about to say. To my core. Got Joseph Newgarden getting pole.
I don't think pole winners usually win the 500, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that he has higher odds than some people, when what he would be trying to do to win the 500, this just tells me sportbooks don't know anything about IndyCar. What he would be trying to do, and he's got pretty high odds of winning the 500, what he is trying to do, no one has done in 108 previous runnings of the race.
Yeah, but you got to think. That means people are going to bet on it because they're thinking, they look at numbers. They don't care about the storylines.
I mean,
they just see the statistics, and they know the cars have a chance and the drivers have a chance.
Yeah. But here is, I think, the better part of my favorite part of Indy 500 weekends. Let's go to who is going to be competing for their drive in the Indy 500 on Sunday. The bottom 4 cars. We've got 34 drivers contesting 33 spots. The bottom 4 are going to be duking it out on Sunday, seeing who is going home. Ryan, first driver in your bump.
Robert Schwartzman.
I feel like that's a free space. That's my first one too.
Seems like a free space. It is what it is. My number 2, I solely put here to piss off Patrick. Kyle Larson, and in parentheses, only if Kyle Larson's driving the car. If TK has to qualify, he will not be the bottom 4. But I think Kyle Larson's, something bad's going to happen. I don't know what. We know he has the pace, but...
He figured out the weight jacker. He remembers to push the buttons now.
Good job.
I've heard that 220 miles an hour into a wall will remind you pretty quickly that you need to do something.
Yeah.
Who's your second? My second one's Jabel. As much as I don't want to see that car go home, you can't deny he's been slow all year.
Yeah, I think he's been pretty good in qualifying. I think he has a good chance. We'll see. My third, Nolan Siegel. I think he'll be back on the hot seat again.
Think he's gonna just shit fuck it into the wall or what?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I don't know. I think the pressure will get to him. I think he's gonna have some nerves, some yips, maybe just not drive it fast enough, or maybe shit fuck it in the wall. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm going with somebody who, for the past 2 years, has been in the bottom 4, and 2 years ago actually got bumped from the field. Graham Rahal.
Yep, I thought about it. I really thought about putting Graham Rahal. He was slowest in practice for
Look,
not in the Noto though, I believe.
What I can't stand is people not knowing ball on Twitter saying after the Indy GP, "Oh my God, RLL's so back. They're good there every year." That's it. That's the only race they run well at. That doesn't mean they're going to run the 500 well. I already saw him at the bottom of the charts.
Yeah, now in Noto he was decent, but you got to take the Notos with a fat grain of salt because not everyone runs Notos, and also what qualifies as a toe is what, 2 seconds?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
So, some of those times or whatever. But my fourth and final.
I think it's 10 seconds. I think that's what I heard.
Sounds right. My fourth and final bump, Santino Ferrucci. Well, not bump. Bottom 4. Sorry, bump candidate.
I deleted Devlin DiFrancesco and I put Ferrucci on mine.
Wow, Devlin Ferrucci, he almost said.
I had DiFrancesco in there, and then because I did mine originally before practice.
Yeah.
Since we're recording this on Thursday, we've got 3 practice sessions to look at. Dev has actually looked halfway decent. As much as I don't want to see that Dogecoin car in the 500, Ferrucci, for some reason, some guy who has not finished out of the top 10, has been on the bottom of the sheets.
Yep. Yep, I agree.
Who do you think is getting bumped on Sunday and is going to go home crying?
Now, all week I would have said Robert Schwartzman. All week. But he did decent today. Did they figure it out?
I mean, they got the car on track finally.
It seems like too much of a free space. I'm going Ferrucci. I'm going someone who should be, because didn't they switch chassis too? Who am I thinking of? Who switched chassis? I don't know.
Joseph Newgarden has a new chassis.
Well, yeah,
but he also had a new chassis last year too.
It gets taken to a museum every year, unfortunately.
Yeah, for some reason, Elio is running a new chassis this year. Because the past 22, 23, and 24, Elio was running his 2021 winning car. Which is good strategy, I guess.
Yeah, can't go wrong. But yeah, I got Ferrucci getting bumped. I think I like seeing someone in practice who's slower, who should be faster, rather than someone who's just been slow.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Just spitballing here. So that's my
I'm taking the bingo free space. I'm going with Robert Schwartzman. I'm behind in the championship.
You might as well. It probably will be him, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
And why Schwartzman over Ialot? Ialot's run the 500 3 times. Schwartzman hasn't run an oval.
Yep. Exactly.
And also, these are single lap times that we're looking at, too.
Yeah, not 4-lap runs.
Yeah, 4-lap it could produce completely different results depending on how they're scrubbing tires, how much they've trimmed out of the car, that kind of stuff.
How hybrid deploy, how they use it and stuff. So,
yeah.
Should be interesting seeing who gets bumped, but who do you think's going to hit the apex, outperform where they expect?
I've got David Malukas making it into the Fast 12.
Well, I actually wrote that deleted it. Not because I don't think it's true, but just because I had a better.
Yeah, he's been top 12 every single practice so far.
Yeah.
AJ Forts are usually pretty good at the 500 when it's not Stingray Rob driving it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I like it.
David runs ovals well.
I got the AMR safety team hitting the apex this weekend.
That boys are going to be busy.
They're putting in work. No, I got Marcus Armstrong.
Pull out the AMR safety team diecast that you've got.
Oh no, I don't know what it is. I think it fell behind my desk. Yeah,
Bro has a AMR safety team
I
diecast
did
though.
buy an
I
AMR
do want to
safety
find
team.
one that's the white livery truck instead of the red one.
Yeah. Where is the AMR safety team?
If you don't follow the AMR safety team on Instagram, it's at IndyCar Safety Team.
Yeah,
They really
the
don't post much, but just follow them to support the boys.
They are the absolute goats. I've seemed to have lost the AMR safety team when I needed them most because I have my Scotty Mac one right here that I bought,
Yeah.
but the AMR safety team is nowhere to be found. So they're off putting in work as always,
Look,
being to the scene before the crash even happens. But no, I do have Marcus Armstrong in the Apex.
If I have to put my life in the hands of a TikTok nurse for the AMR safety team all day.
I'd take AMR safety team over literally anybody.
Facts.
I would take AMR safety team over. Trying to think of I don't know. AMR safety team.
Can I just start seeing them as my general practitioner?
For real, I really wish I could.
Just stop by the side of the track. Hey guys, I've got this really weird mole on me. Can you check it out? Who do you have missing the Apex this weekend, Ryan?
That's Scott Dixon.
I had it and then I deleted it.
We both have been thinking the same things. Scott Dixon just hasn't been qualifying well. Period. I think that'll translate. So yeah, that's my logic there. No hate on Scott Dixon, but
dude has not really been adapting to the hybrids well ever since he didn't even start the Mid Ohio race. Well, I guess eventually he did start it, but his car broke on the pace lap.
Brutal stuff.
We had a nice view of that last year. My missing Apex, it pains me to say, you know how much of a fan I am of the man. I don't think he's getting bumped. Nothing like that. Just a very mid quality. Elio Castroneves.
Oh, okay.
Dude's 50.
Yeah.
That's all I need to say.
You gotta start slowing down eventually.
He took some big hits at Daytona too.
Yeah. I don't hate that pick. I'm the same way with you. I like Elio, but man's getting up there in age.
Check out the Speed Street episode with Elio on it. Great interview. And I just love Elio.
I love no, you can't be I don't know anyone that hates him, to be honest, except for NASCAR fans on Twitter who think they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the experience to drive a stock car, evidently.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
The dude competing to break a record that stood for I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
Since Floyd, I think.
Damn, that's crazy.
For 4-time winners.
Wild. But yeah, that's our quali predictions. I'm really excited for quali this weekend. As Patrick said, he will be there Saturday. I will be there with him on Sunday, so expect some content from him Saturday, and both of us on Sunday. Yeah, don't make me go behind the camera by myself. That's scary.
I might, since I have to do it on Saturday. Sam was supposed to go with me on Saturday, but
he's bailing.
He has homework.
Yep, imagine being in school. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me at the moment.
I was crashing out at work over an underground, so I made the right decision in life. Don't you worry. I made the right decision in life.
I forget what I was crashing out about today. It was actually in a meeting for a school club.
That's fun.
Maybe the fact that we weren't allowed to do anything illegal for fundraising, something like that.
Yeah, you did bring that up to me in a weird way. But overall, hype for quali. Check it out this weekend. The schedule, IndyCar Twitter has the full schedule. It's a full pack weekend. There's been basically stuff every day. There will continue to be stuff every day. Our next IndyCar video, standard video, will be our Indy 500 predictions post quali. Obviously, we'll have quali content, but that's this video series.
What we might do. We might do our predictions on the spot on Sunday. That might be a fun thing to do.
I don't hate that.
Once we know people are in the field.
Right after quali, just cook them?
Just rip them in front of the pagoda.
Why don't we do it? Oh. Bro, might be cooking here.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not making any promises right now, but there will be content this weekend. Definitely a video Saturday night, and then a video either Sunday night or Monday afternoon.
Yep. So fire. Stay tuned for that. They're good, healthy.
I'll probably be in a
Like,
Starbucks and Speedway editing the video and posting it before I drive home.
Comment who's getting bumped.
And tell me why it's Robert Schwartzman.
Yep. Tell me why
I'm
it's Kyle
sorry,
Larson.
buddy.
Tell me why it's Kyle Larson.
I'll take.
I almost wrote Kyle Larson getting bumped. I was like, nah, I'm not.
Dude's not even going to be in the bottom 4. I mean, McLaren is looking slow this year, but
we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to see. And that's
he's going to do better than Nolan Siegel.
I got him in the same category. Don't worry.
That pains me to hear you.
I know it does.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend. Check out Indy 500 quali on Fox or FS1. I don't remember which one it's on. I would think it's on Fox because it's the Indy 500 quali, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times before. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Peace.
Bye.